I'm going to argue that heavy curls will make a difference in your bicep training. You'll likely see size improvements, especially if you've been struggling with plateaus for a long period of time. Let's talk about it. First of all, most lifters underestimate the power of isolation exercises. They treat curls as a little fluff movement where progressive overload is rarely taking place. They might use the same 20 to 40 pound dumbbells every single year, and they wonder why they're not making gains. Of course, I have no problem with using a slower tempo, squeezing, and using proper form. That's fine, but you still have to get stronger. That is the main growth driver in natural athletes. So keep doing that. That's fine. But how about you add extra stuff on top of it? Now, you know me, I believe in maximized programming. So you should be doing intensity work and volume work in whatever fashion that may be. Some people believe in linear periodization, some believe in undulating. I fucks with a concurrent, where you have a volume day, intensity day, you rotate exercises on a weekly basis, or at least very frequently, right? In that case, I believe that introducing heavy curls will help prevent and eliminate plateaus, which will lead to better progressive overload in the long run, which inevitably leads to bigger biceps. Because we know as a natural that the more performance increase there is over time, the better your gains are going to be size-wise. So that's why I'm arguing today's segment. Combine both. Do your volume training, no problem. Do your 3 sets of 8 to 12, but then have another day where you go a little bit heavier. You can actually do 5 sets of 5 on a barbell curl. Ever thought about that? Have you ever tried it out? After 2 sets, your bodies are going to be extremely pumped. You're going to have veins popping everywhere. Why? Because you're actually forcing like a fucking madman. And I'm talking about using strict form here, not cheat curls. I've experimented with those in the past, and in my experience, it didn't really do much. That said, I'm not opposed to it completely. Like the Scott Herman cheat and recover method is fantastic for this. So you can do your heavy curls first and then drop set it with strict, or the other way around. But what I'm talking about today is heavy strict curls. Like if you can do fucking 60-pound curls each hand with strict freaking form, good reps, no fucking back swinging and all that shit, it's hard to believe that you're gonna have small biceps. Whereas I see a lot of guys spinning their wheels, and I've fallen victim to this as well. Like, I'm really not a strong curler. You see me do 165 pounds on the weighted chin. Guess what? Man, I'm doing 50-pound dumbbells each hand, which is really not that impressive in the context of what my other numbers are. And also did a 130-pound strict curl against the wall. Really not that good if you look at the overall picture here. There are people who are much weaker than me in a lot of compound movements, or just weaker general, but they're a lot stronger at curls. And guess what? They have the bigger fucking biceps. So what I'm suggesting is raise your standards. Start treating barbell curls and dumbbell curls as competition movements, or rather dumbbell curls an accessory to the barbell curl, and do it strict, either against the wall or just standing up. A little bit of back bending is fine at the end of the repetitions, but for the most part, you want to do it right. And I believe, actually I read a really good comment on Instagram recently, that if you do 135 pounds for reps, and I'm going to quantify that in the 3 to 10 rep range using really good form, it's hard to believe that you'll have small biceps. And if you do, maybe you're just engaging your forearms way too much. You're doing this all the time. And that's something I came to realize myself. Maybe I don't have bad bicep genetics. Perhaps it's just the fact that my forearms have been so engaged in a lot of these exercises. Maybe I'm just curling my wrists all the fucking time. Maybe my form just hasn't been on point, disengaging. Maybe my muscle connection hasn't been the way it was supposed to be. And perhaps that's why when I started doing the bro arms, it allowed me to refine the form. So, not to ramble, but I think you guys should start strength training on your curls, man. And for those who are worried about getting injured and all that, listen, maximized programming will prevent this. And please see my video, The Elbow Pain Solution. If you're doing your hammer curls, your regular style, your rotating variations, mixing barbell and dumbbell, maybe you throw in some easy bar in there too, and you do your connective tissue work, and you do volume work and intensity, I don't think you're going to get an injury, man. It's always the fucking minimalists who get hurt. Keep that in mind, guys. Minimalist training increase the risk of injury. If all you're doing is you go in the gym and you do fucking 3 sets of 3 barbell curl every 48 hours, then yeah, it kind of sounds like you can get snapped up. But if you do it smart, maybe heavy, light, medium, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and you're doing the same exercise or slight deviations, you change your grip width. Maybe on Wednesday you do your dumbbell curls. Monday, Friday, you do your intensity, volume, barbell style. I don't think you get snapped up, especially if you're doing your connective tissue work. So that's really about it, guys. My main argument is that whatever allows you to prevent plateaus and maximize progressive overload is going to be optimal. And at the end of the day, a lot of guys aren't treating their curls the way that they should be. And I think that if you really start emphasizing them more in your routine, you'll see better gains. And that's personally what I'm going to start doing. You're going to see in my training videos very soon how I'm going heavier on the curls, dumbbell and barbell, everything I talked about in today's video. And I have no doubt that there will be improvements. Maybe not significant, maybe not crazy, because I am an advanced lifter and I'm not like stupid weak or whatever, but I still think there will be some gains made. And if not, then you know what? I still wouldn't discount the information I talked about today because it's all benefits. You're still going to get stronger. You're still going to get results in some type of way. Oh, and by the way, I just wanted to say that I'm not reinventing the wheel here. Obviously, what I'm saying is logical and makes sense, but people have done this way before me. Look at the old school bodybuilders, the old school strongmen. They did heavy curls, and it worked. They did it with basic dumbbells and a barbell. And actually, they didn't do all this crazy shit that we see today. So keep that in mind when you think about getting those bigger buys. And the more advanced you get on these numbers, the less likely it is that you're going to be small in this department. Like imagine if you do 185. Not saying you got to do that, but Nick's strength and power is a great example. Terrific bicep gains. And is it a coincidence that they're very strong at the same time? What if he was only doing 100-pound curls? Do you think his buys would look the same? Maybe if he was doing a lot of volume with the slow tempo and all that, but then again, you're still a strong guy if you're doing that. So don't forget, strength is your number one asset when trying to get bigger as a natural. So that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this segment. Give me feedback down below, and I'll talk to you all next time.